Good evening, friends. Happy India's Independence Day. This comprehensive YouTube video script covers the major medical breakthroughs, FDA decisions, and clinical studies dominating global healthcare news as of August 14, 2026. Segment 1. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are breaking down a wave of massive medical breakthroughs, crucial FDA approvals, and paradigm-shifting clinical studies that are reshaping modern medicine this week. We have everything from a first-in-class cancer therapy approval to new data showing how a hidden genetic risk factor affects 1 in 5 of us without our knowledge. We are also tracking a major study that pinpoints exactly how many years of brain health you lose to midlife habits, and a new weight loss pill that is shaking up the GLP-1 market. If you want to stay on the cutting edge of health and science, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Let's dive straight into our top story. Segment 2, FDA grants accelerated approval to Zenbexis. Our top story today centers on a massive win in oncology. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration, FDA, has officially granted accelerated approval to Bristol Myers Squibb's highly anticipated therapy, Zenbexis, iberdomide. This marks a major milestone because Zenbexis is the first ever cereblin modulating protein degrader, or CELMoD, to achieve this status. The FDA has approved Zenbexis in combination with daratumumab, hyaluronidase (FIGE), and dexamethasone. It is specifically indicated for adult patients battling relapsed or refractory multiple myeloma who have already gone through at least one prior line of therapy, including a proteasome inhibitor and an immunomodulatory agent. Multiple myeloma remains an incredibly difficult blood cancer to manage because patients frequently relapse. What makes CELMoD therapy so exciting is its mechanism of targeted protein degradation. Instead of just blocking harmful proteins, it forces the cell's own cleanup machinery to destroy them entirely. The approval is backed by the Phase 3 Excalibur-RRMM clinical trial, which demonstrates significant efficacy even in the early stages of a first relapse. This adds a powerful tool to the oncological arsenal just as other accelerated therapies, like epcoritamab, are facing scrutiny for missing alternative primary endpoints in continuous trials. Segment 3, the multi-cancer liquid biopsy breakthrough. Next up is a breakthrough in early diagnostics that sounds like science fiction but is now a reality. Researchers at UCLA have published a seminal study in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences detailing a new, highly cost-effective blood test. This cell-free DNA methylome test is designed to simultaneously scan for multiple distinct cancers, liver diseases, and serious organ damage from a single draw. Historically, liquid biopsies could tell you if cancer DNA was present in the blood, but they struggled to pinpoint the exact origin. This new test scans the chemical modifications, the methylation patterns, of DNA shed by cells into the bloodstream. This allows the test to not only detect the presence of early-stage disease but also generate a biological GPS coordinate indicating exactly where the trouble is developing in the body. Early detection remains our best weapon against aggressive diseases, and a universal blood panel like this could drastically lower screening costs and replace invasive diagnostic procedures in the near future. Segment 4, Beyond Weight Loss, the GLP-1 Evolution. The GLP-1 weight loss revolution is entering its next phase, and the news this week covers two fronts: how these drugs interact with the brain and a brand new daily pill format. First, scientists have finally mapped what they believe is the brain's hidden craving center affected by these medications. New neurological tracking reveals that Ozempic-like drugs act directly on the lateral septum, a brain region responsible for linking memories and emotional responses. This explains why patients taking GLP-1 therapies consistently report a massive drop in cravings not just for food, but also for alcohol, nicotine, and other addictive substances. Second, if you hate needles, there is a major shift on the horizon. Data released on the experimental drug aleniglipron shows that this oral, small-molecule GLP-1 pill delivered an impressive 12.1% weight loss over 36 weeks. Unlike current heavy hitters like Wegovy or Ozempic, which rely on injections, aleniglipron can be manufactured cheaply and taken once a day. This could completely dismantle the current supply chain and pricing barriers that have limited access to obesity treatments globally. Segment 5, the hidden heart risk affecting 1 in 5 people. Our next segment addresses a silent threat to cardiovascular health. New clinical data presented at major medical sessions confirms that roughly 20% of the global population carries a hidden genetic heart risk tied to an inherited cholesterol-related particle known as lipoprotein A, or Lp(a). The massive study, which analyzed data from over 20,000 individuals, found that people with highly elevated levels of Lp(a) face an exponentially higher risk of major cardiovascular events, strokes, and cardiovascular death. The alarming part? Standard cholesterol panels that look at LDL and HDL completely miss Lp(a). You could have perfect routine blood work, a healthy diet, and low standard cholesterol, yet still be at extreme risk because of this genetic factor. Doctors are strongly urging adults to get their Lp(a) checked at least once in their life, especially since new targeted therapies are moving through clinical pipelines to address this specific particle. Segment 6: Middle-Age Habits and the 13-Year Dementia Penalty. If you want to protect your brain as you age, a long-term prospective cohort study published in Neurology has delivered some eye-opening figures. Researchers followed more than 12,000 adults over a median of 26 years and found that 3 specific vascular risk factors in middle age, smoking, diabetes, and high blood pressure, can strip away nearly 13 years of dementia-free survival. Participants who actively averted all 3 of these risk factors averaged 30.1 dementia-free years between the ages of 55 and 95. Conversely, individuals who developed all 3 factors averaged just 17.5 years without cognitive decline. Dr. Joseph Koresh from the NYU Grossman School of Medicine noted that because roughly 42% of adults are at risk for developing dementia after age 55, aggressively managing blood pressure and metabolic health in your 30s and 40s is the single most effective shield we have for preserving cognitive independence. Segment 7: The Biology of Meditation and Public Health Emergencies. To round out today's update, let's look at a fascinating study published in Communications Biology regarding mind-body medicine. Researchers tracked participants during a rigorous 7-day meditation retreat and discovered profound, measurable changes in brain activity and blood chemistry. Laboratory analysis showed that neurons exposed to the participants' post-retreat plasma grew longer branches and developed vastly more cellular connections. The data also revealed significant shifts in cellular metabolism, altered immune signaling pathways, and an increase in endogenous opioids, the body's natural painkillers. While small, the study provides concrete evidence that intensive mindfulness practices trigger a complex biological cascade, rather than just a simple psychological sense of relaxation. On a final, sobering note regarding global healthcare infrastructure, the World Health Organization released a critical brief today. The WHO reports that attacks on healthcare facilities, ambulances, and medical personnel in conflict zones are averaging more than 4 per day in 2026. Over 10,400 verified attacks have been logged across 29 countries since tracking began, crippling local disease surveillance and causing catastrophic drops in routine outpatient consultations. This remains a pressing international crisis affecting global pandemic readiness and humanitarian health. Stressed? Take a break. You need to plan on some real downtime to give your mind time off from stress. If you're a person who likes to set goals, this may be hard for you at first. But stick with it and you'll look forward to these moments. Restful things you can do include meditation, yoga, tai chi, prayer, listening to your favorite music, spending time in nature, WebMD. Stressed, deep breathing. Stopping and taking a few deep breaths can take the pressure off you right away. You'll be surprised how much better you feel once you get good at it. Just follow these steps. Sit in a comfortable position with your hands in your lap and your feet on the floor. Or you can lie down. Close your eyes. Imagine yourself in a relaxing place. It can be on the beach, in a beautiful field of grass, or anywhere that gives you a peaceful feeling. Take a few deep breaths. WebMD. Myth: people with obesity don't exercise. It's a common belief that all people with obesity are inactive, but this isn't true. Many people with obesity engage in regular physical activity and even participate in sports. Obesity is influenced by various factors, including genetics, environment, and medical conditions. Assuming someone's activity level based on their appearance can be misleading and hurtful. WebMD. Segment 8, Outro and Call to Action. That wraps up our deep dive into the major medical news for August 14, 2026. From oncology breakthroughs to daily weight loss pills and the critical importance of checking your genetic heart markers, science is moving faster than ever. I want to hear from you. Have you ever had your lipoprotein(a) levels tested, or are you following the new oral GLP-1 updates? Drop your thoughts in the comments section below. Don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who cares about their health, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Stay healthy, and I will see you in the next video. Disclaimer: compiled information. This content is for educational purposes and is not a substitute for professional advice. The audience must verify the contents before use. The creator, publisher, and YouTube will not be responsible for any harm.